Okay, today we're going to talk about doing some limb swaps between G.I. Joe figures and Star Wars figures. Some of you folks that are new to action figures may not be completely familiar with how the different limbs work. We're going to go into detail today, and the demonstration is going to be about swapping lower legs. G.I. Joe lower legs, for the most part, work on a pin. They have a pin that pins the actual leg piece into a swivel knee. The newer G.I. Joe figures have a double jointed knee. Some of the older figures, the 25th anniversary and earlier, will actually have a single jointed knee. Your modern Star Wars figures, they have a peg that goes up into a socket on the figure, and that's where their knee swivel is. It rotates as well as swivel. A couple of examples of how the knee pieces look, and by comparison, you'll see this is the double jointed that is used on modern G.I. Joe as well as Marvel Universe figures. And on this side is the peg style swivel that's used on Star Wars figures. As you'll see here on the figure itself, this is a Star Wars Mandalore figure. The knees bend and they swivel. Alright, and here's a modern Joe figure, and as you'll see, the knee bends. It also bends jointed there, but it doesn't swivel. The swivel it has is actually in the hip itself, and the ankle joint will swivel. This is a custom figure that I made, where I used a double jointed knee socket from a Marvel figure. It was a Marvel Universe Thor, which also has a swiveling hip. But I put the legs from one of these Mandalores, the lower legs, onto this swivel knee joint. The double knee joint, excuse me. And the way I did it is like this. This is a knee joint that I want to use on a figure I'm currently building. So what you'll do is you'll go down into the seam with your X-Acto knife. Be really careful, find the seam, and then cut down into it. And you just simply cut your way through. Now what that does is cut free one side, and as you can see inside, the peg that the knee swivels on is on the inside here. This is a knee that I already have prepped. The main thing you have to do is the swivel joint that is on the original lower leg you're using, you want to match up the size of the hole. Just took a drill bit by hand, didn't even have to put it in a drill. Use the drill bit to carve it out a little bit so that it's the right size to accommodate the peg. And then once it's the size you want it to be, just fit the peg into the hole. Now, there's a little bit of the peg sticking up on the other side of the knee joint in there. What you'll want to do next, take a toothpick, your super glue gel, you're going to get a little bit on the end of it, reach inside of there, Put a little bit of glue on your peg face. Squeeze it together and rotate the joint. That keeps it from gluing to itself, but it glues so that it'll hold. And then once it's finished, you'll have a Star Wars lower leg that you can use with a double jointed knee, and it just gives you more of an option of something to do with a figure. That's the great thing about customizing. You know, if you see it and you like it, if you try hard enough, you can find a way to make it work. You just got to experiment with stuff. Don't be afraid to try it. As with anything, I wouldn't suggest trying it right off the bat with a good figure. I'd get a couple of beater figures, do some searches on eBay for broken action figure lots, toy lots, what have you. Get yourself some beater figures and practice. Practice makes perfect. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in to Custom Action Figures 101 and this tutorial. Be sure to give the video some love, like it, share it, post it on your Facebook wall, let all your friends know about it. Visit us at serpentorslair.com. And join us up on the forum at serpentorslair.info. And don't forget to check me out at galacticplastics.net. This is Rob Panic again. Thanks for joining me, and may the force be with you.